Haunted happenings this weekend with Halloween tomorrow.
There's several haunted locations around Milwaukee. Bridget Shanahan is live at Shaker's Cigar Bar this morning. One of them. Bridget?
That's right, Vincent Susan. A lot of people will tell you this is the most haunted bar in the city of Milwaukee. This building was built in 1894. I'm here with the owner right now, Bob Weiss, and we're talking a little bit about, we're upstairs actually. So if you've come to this bar before, you've probably never seen this space. But this was used not for a bar really ever, but it did have another use.
Had quite a few uses, actually. This was utilized originally as office space for the cooperage, which was located downstairs when the building was constructed in 1894. But fast forward to 1991, when the Dillinger movie was done. The wallpaper behind us was actually put in by Warner Brothers. And the interesting thing about that is that after the movie was shot, you'd hear a series of women's voices up here. In fact, when Mark Harmon was actually the star, he would talk about hearing the women singing, the women chortling, the women talking. No women up here, closed set, of course.
Well, and of course, the reason they would hear women is because this used to be used as a brothel up here.
This was indeed a brothel for the B girls. The A girl, the talent, was upstairs.
Oh.
The minor talent was down here.
Okay, and as you come up the stairs here, once you come up the stairs, there's a big gate in the way, and you said that was to make sure that customers would pay, right?
Both at the right customers gained entry, and of course that the customers who were leaving, the girls, would have paid their way.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about the Capone family, because you said it was a cooperage at first, which means they made those wooden barrels for Schlitz, right?
Correct.
Here. So it used to be sort of a factory space, but then the Capone family bought it back in the 20s, and of course they turned it into a whole hotbed of stuff.
They did. Downstairs they had something called the ABC Soda Bottling Company, just as a ruse to keep the police away. They had a partition wall, and you'd walk upstairs behind the partition wall, and you'd gain entry to the brothel right here, the B girls, or all the way upstairs if you had the right money and clout to the A girls.
So why do you think this place is so haunted, or people think it's so haunted?
Well, there's a variety of things. Literally from the time that we opened up 30 years ago, we're doing the construction, the build-out, we had any number of stories from the contractors, the electricians, the plumbers talking about hearing voices, their tools moving, things like that. So a year later, in 1987, a very busy Friday night, and I'm cooking, and the waitresses in the back room come and get me and say, "You have to come and talk to these women." So I walk out. As I'm walking up to them, they put their arms together like this and said, "Put your hand in here." So I put my hand inside the circle. It's like a blast freeze, incredibly cold. And I say, "What's this?" And they say, "This is Elizabeth, the little girl who inhabits the ladies' room." So from that point on, any number of stories took place. Then we had a big corporate following for lunch, and women come out of the restroom and saying, "Who's that little girl?" They describe her knocking on the door, see her feet, any number of things.
Wow, wow, pretty incredible. Thanks so much, Bob. We appreciate you spending some time with us this morning.
Happy to have you.
And of course, you know, this place was built on a cemetery. That's part of the reason they say it could be haunted. People have been killed here over the years. I mean, it's been around for more than 100 years now, so who knows what have happened all throughout history here at Shaker's Bar in Walker's Point in Milwaukee. Live in Milwaukee this morning, Bridget Shanahan, today's TMJ4.
What stories, Bridget? All right, thanks so much.